All right, if I call your name, please come forward. Keith Sean Davis. Where was it? Y'all hit it from this. You hit it from all of us. Good morning. Are you Keith Sean Davis? And Mr. Davis, this is your initial appearance in cause number 26 DCCR 0096. You're charged with the first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery from October 23rd of 2025. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
I've been working on it, but it's a court appointment. So
Right.
I haven't heard anything.
So when you're in custody, we give you a court-appointed attorney automatically. But if you make bond, then I expect you to at least try to hire your own lawyer.
That's what I'm working on. I'm talking to Charles Roloff.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is reset your case for about 30 days or so. That'll give you some time to try to get someone hired. If you get someone hired before that next court date, bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer and they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before that next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the people you've talked to so I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options. And if you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, if you step in front of the clerk, she'll give you your reset notice. Daryl Albritton. Good morning, you're Daryl Albritton.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Albritton, did you get someone hired?
But at the moment, I'm working on getting a new job. So they ain't paying me enough to get all this money. And I got bills and I'm paying child support.
Where are you working?
It's they ain't giving me no per diem. So I'm gonna go offshore. I'll be able to do it. So I've been talking to people. So
You've been coming here for a long time, right?
I'm gonna have somebody this time. I'm talking to a guy named Darryl Wood.
Who'd you talk to this last time?
Ruthie, Whitney Jones, and Todd Ashley.
Speak up, please. I'm sorry.
Rudy, Whitney Jones, and Todd Ashley.
Where are those
They
located?
in Beaumont.
Not a single one of those are criminal defense attorneys here in Beaumont
But they attorney, they lawyer.
that handle criminal cases.
Yeah.
What'd they tell you that they would charge you?
Well, you got 35 up front,
Who?
3,500. But some they don't do payment plan, but I found out Darryl Ward, he do payment plans.
Daryl Ward?
Yeah, I found out about him by dude like Thibodeau out there.
I don't know any of the names you're saying. I've been here for 30 years. So what are your hours? How about how many hours a week do you get?
Sometimes we get like 40 hours a week, or
At how much an hour?
there's like 22. But I got child support and I got all that.
But you've been, I'm looking back now and I don't know how we've let this go as long as we have. You've had plenty of time to save up. Even if you saved $20 a week, you could have been where you needed to be. So you got to make this a priority.
Yes, ma'am.
I need someone hired before the next court date. This is your final reset. I know you have bills and child support and things like that, but you got a good job, you've got to get some money and save it and get someone hired before that next court date. Do you understand?
Yes,
Step in front of the clerk. Brissa de Hoyos. Good morning. Are you Brissa de Hoyos? And Ms. de Hoyos, did you get someone hired?
No, ma'am, but I did want to get a court appointed.
Okay. Did you talk to some lawyers like I asked you to?
Yes, and there's some like other things broke.
You didn't write it down or?
So it was in my notes and my other.
Okay. Are you working?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I'm looking for a job right now.
Are you? Where are you looking?
I was gonna go back to fast food. I do hair though.
Okay, well, if you were gonna go back to fast food, when were you gonna do that?
As soon as I get hired,
Have you been making applications?
been to a couple of interviews.
But what?
I haven't been getting any calls back.
How old are you?
19.
I'm gonna have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. You need to fill it out accurately and completely. You're gonna swear under oath that it's all true and correct, and then I'll take a look at it. Step in front of the clerk and she'll give you that paperwork. John Gray?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Good morning, sir. You're John Gray?
Yes.
And Mr. Gray, this is, I'll say you've been here before. Did you get someone hired?
No, but I am selling my house. We're closing in 60 days. I already got a contract on it. Paperwork. That I can do self-representation.
Well, that's typically not advisable. Did you bring any paperwork to show that your house is under contract by
Not
chance?
in my phone. I've got the contract. Actually signed. It's signed. Day, when, too long ago, last week, I think.
Are you working?
Yeah, I'm self-employed.
Doing what?
Self-employed.
Doing what?
State federal labor laws. Posted.
Okay. That's what you're here for and in trouble for, right?
Yes, but no.
Well, here, okay, let's start with this.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, as a condition of your bond, I am ordering you not to attempt to sell or go into any business and hold yourself out to work for the Department of Labor or anything. Listen to what I'm saying. You cannot sell any poster or anything that has to do with employment, labor law, anything like that to a business while you're on my bond. Do you understand?
Okay.
You need to go get a job working for someone.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that you can afford an attorney. If you can get one when you sell your house, great, but I'm resetting your case 30 days. When you come back, I want you to either have a job or show me where you have attempted to get a job, and filled out applications or whatever it is. And again, if you are caught continuing to sell or attempt to sell any type of poster or paraphernalia or anything at all, there's no loopholes in what I'm telling you. Cannot do what you've been doing. Do you understand? If you do, your bond will be raised for violating that court order and you'll be back in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, step in front of the clerk for your reset.
We close 60 days on the.
You're getting a 30-day reset. I want you to do what I asked you to
Yeah.
do between now and then.
Fine, right there.
Broderick Guillory? Good morning, you're Broderick Guillory. Mr. Guillory, did you get someone hired?
Oh, no, I just recently lost my job. I just got a blessing.
Where are you working
I
now?
was gonna have some.
Okay, where were you working?
I was looking at the Golden Pass, Sabine Pass.
Okay, so, but when do you start with this new job?
I started it Thursday of last week.
You already did?
This month.
Okay, so did you talk to some lawyers? Do you know who you're gonna try to hire?
I've been talking to some, but I left the paper that I had at home. I don't know.
Why would you have left it at home when that was one of the only things I asked? I mean, everybody's, it's not hard what I'm asking y'all to do, right? Talk to some lawyers, bring me the names of the lawyers. If you don't do that, then you run the risk of me putting you in jail. I would think if I had the risk of going to jail just for not talking to a lawyer or bringing the names of the lawyer, I'd make sure I did it and I brought those names. Do you remember at all who you talked to?
After I started doing the process of getting this job, I was trying to get the money for a lawyer.
But you don't know which lawyer you have or how much they charge if you haven't talked to any, right? Okay, so I'm gonna reset your case one more time. You need to get a lawyer hired, or you need to talk to 3 and bring me those names. And that doesn't mean just calling their office. It means actually talking to someone, getting a quote to find out who can represent you. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk. Tiffany Elair. Good morning. Are you Tiffany Elair? Miss Elair, did you get someone hired?
I'm gonna get the check on Thursday, then I was already, I'm waiting on the bank to clear it, because it was so much, then yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay, so if I reset you 1 week, you'll be able to
Yeah.
get that taken care of.
Yes.
Okay, I'll reset you 1 week. Now, if you get him hired this week,
Mhm.
make sure you bring the reset notice to you, because if you've hired him, it has the ability to send something in and talk
Okay.
to us, and maybe the next court date goes away for a different one.
Okay.
But plan on coming unless he tells you otherwise. Okay, step up. Is it Kyle Walker? Yeah, Kyle Walker. Okay, good. Thank you, ma'am. Darian Broussard. Good morning, you're Darian Broussard. And Mr. Broussard, were you able to get someone hired?
No, I was trying to, but he didn't set my money because he don't take down payments. So I
Good.
talked to 5 other lawyers.
Who'd you talk to?
I talked to Judge Walker. He take 3,000 down, but I was trying to break 1,000. And I talked with Mr. Ross. He takes like 2,000 cash. I talked to what's his name? Kelly, Mr. Kelly, law firm.
Mhm.
They want 5,000 cash.
Okay,
So I'm trying to go with like Mr. Ross.
okay. Do you think you'll be able to save up and get that taken
Yeah.
care of if I give you, all right? Thank you for doing what I asked you to do. I'll give you one more reset. You can try to get Mr. Rojas hired. If that doesn't work, make sure you talk to some others and then we'll see what we can do next time. Javon Johnson.
He called.
He's in custody, Judge. We took her into custody on a misdemeanor warrant. She
Oh, okay, thank you. The misdemeanor warrant, I don't know. I'll just leave this one. Okay. Ronnie Lanza. Good morning. Are you Ronnie Lanza?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lanza, were you able to get someone hired?
No, I was not. I was gonna for a court appointment.
Did you talk to some lawyers?
The only person that I tried to go ahead and contact was Charlie Rojas. I don't exactly live near here. We're 4 hours away. And I definitely know that I cannot afford a lawyer.
Are you working?
I am working.
Where do you work?
Silver Pines Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Center.
Say it again, the first part.
Silver Pines Nursing Home.
Soda,
I'm a CNA.
okay. And what are your hours?
I work an average of about like 48 hours a week.
Okay. Why did you only talk to one lawyer when I asked you to talk to 3 or ordered you to talk to 3?
Well, I wanted to go ahead and see how much I'm making. I have my pay stub. I get $500 taken out of each check for child support. I only make $15 an hour.
Okay.
And I have court fees from thing I'm on probation for already.
Where are you on probation?
I'm being supervised by Bastrop County, but it's originally in Medina.
Okay. For what offense?
Aggravated assault.
Is there a motion pending or anything
Yeah.
based on this case?
No, I have everything here.
Okay. I'm gonna have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court appointed lawyer. Make sure you fill it out accurately and completely. You're gonna swear under oath that it's all true and correct, and then I'll take a look at it.
Yes,
Step
sir.
in front of the clerk. Corbin Rayleigh. Good morning. Are you Corbin Rayleigh?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Rayleigh, were you able to get a lawyer hired?
No,
Who'd y'all talk to?
same as last time, Crenshaw, Bearden. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I got the folders in the car. I just forgot it this morning.
Why would you have left it in the car?
It's Monday. I'm so sorry.
It's Monday.
Yes, Mom. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It just tired this morning and stuff. I came in here.
So that's not, you understand how silly that excuse sounds,
Yeah.
right? We're all tired. It's
I mean,
Monday.
it's not really an excuse. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Are you working?
Sometimes it's just like maybe one or 2 days a week with my dad. He does contract business. Like
How old are you?
20.
So why aren't you doing something where you're working full time?
I'm waiting for this to be over, honestly, so I can.
Well, you can't wait for this to be over because you gotta have money so you can hire a lawyer,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So that's what we've gone through before.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've got to follow the instructions that I've given you. You've got to talk to lawyers. You've got to actually try to hire them, and you've actually need to go get a job. I mean, it's great that you can work a day or two for your dad, but if it's not full time, then you need to get a full time job.
Yes, ma'am.
There's plenty of people out there that are accepting applications and hiring. I'm going to reset your case for 30 days. You need to get a job within 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
If you get one, bring a pay stub or something that proves that you got that job. If you don't get one, then you need to bring me every job, a list of every single one you've applied to. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You also need to talk to 3 lawyers so that when you do get a job and make some money, you'll know who you want to hire. Does that make sense? If you don't do all of that and bring that stuff to me, then your bond's going to be raised and you will go to jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Step in front of the clerk. Have to start putting some in so that we understand I'm serious, I guess. Aaron Roberts. Oh, did you just tell him about his pants? Thank you. Good morning. Are you Aaron Roberts?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Roberts, were you able to get someone hired?
No, ma'am. I did talk to 4 lawyers like you asked. I went to the interview like you asked. Waiting on them to call me back. If they call me back with a felony. And I went to the DMV to get a ID to get a job.
Good. All right. What lawyers you talked to?
I go in the paper today.
Thank you.
Duham Jones, like I told you, William Marcus Law Firm, Walker Law Firm, and I talked to a man named James Paget.
Okay.
So
So thank you for doing everything that I've asked you to do. I'm gonna have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court appointed lawyer.
yes, ma'am.
Make sure you fill it out accurately and completely because you're gonna swear under oath that it's all true and correct. Step in front of the clerk. Michael Sarant,
I didn't notice.
I'm sorry.
I didn't notice correct on. It may not be showing.
Yeah, I was okay, yeah.
I mean.
Is he-
He follows.
You hired Mr. Kimmler.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're just checking on that. Okay, but you sent it yesterday? you said?
Well, I sent it to Bree, she should have e-filed it.
I'm sorry.
I sent it to my secretary and then she e-files it, so
Okay.
you have e-filed it.
All right, so we'll just reset your case, stay in touch with Mr. Kimmler and your bondsman, and they'll let you know when you need to be back.
Yes,
All right, you're free to go, sir.
sir.
John Tat Taylor. Good morning, you're John Tat Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Taylor, were you able to get someone hired?
No, I haven't, but I done talked to a few of them. I'm gonna try to hire one today. We're running town. Cause I called some of the local lawyers and I said Miss West and they're like, oh, you're just trying to get the rule, cause you know, they say about, they know that you asked to talk to 3 lawyers. But I got a retainer fee with me and I'm gonna warm her, cause you know, I'm from Turner County. I'm gonna make sure I get one hired today.
Who are you hiring today?
Dr. James. I don't even know it because it's the same person my co-defendant got. And I think I'm gonna try to talk to him. I'm gonna find somebody.
Now, sometimes they can and sometimes they can't represent co-defendants, so you have to make sure that that attorney knows. But how are you gonna hire him today if you don't even know his last name?
He my codify. I'm gonna call him and get his information. I
Okay.
was doing that before I came in here. And I talked to him one time. He was like, "Oh, you just trying to talk to 3 lawyers because Miss West asked."
So well, here's the thing, when you call lawyers, it's to try to hire them. It's not just for that. So when you call, you don't need to say, Judge West told me to call. You need to say, I need to hire a lawyer. The point is to hire someone, not just to go through some
And when we
fake
started-
process
yeah,
where,
when we started talking and I said something like that, he automatically like that's what I was just doing.
okay, so then why are you gonna hire him if he didn't want to talk to you?
I will talk to him in person now, and that was over the phone. No, my co-defendant said it was pretty good where he moving, but if he can't,
So here's the thing, I understand you're coming in from out of town, but for me, that doesn't matter. All right, you need to get someone hired before the next court date. Whoever it is, doesn't matter. If you've got the money to hire someone, then you need to get someone hired before the next court date. There's no excuses that I had to drive in or I couldn't do it. Get it
Yeah.
taken care of one way or the other, okay?
I will.
Step in front of the clerk. Dontrell Robertson. Dontrell Robertson. Dontrell Robertson. Okay.
Where's that? The Holiest?
No response, Your Honor. Bond will be forfeited for non-appearance and reset at 100,000. Kyle Whittington. Good morning. You're
Morning.
Kyle Whittington.
Yes, ma'am.
And were you able to get someone hired, Mr. Whittington?
Not yet. You told me to bring the face up to show you what I'm actually making now, like, so you can see like the difference, like I actually get something hired, probably soon. There's a little bit more time if you don't mind. There we go.
Who are you planning on hiring when you save up the money?
I was gonna be the Gert Kelly, I think it was.
Okay. That's to the bailiff.
I got 3 of them. This is like per week.
Thank you. All right, thank you for bringing that. I will give you one more reset. You need to try to get someone hired to him before that next court date, all right? Step in front of the clerk. Mr. Burbank?
Yeah.
You have Rakeem Allen.
Yes. I've not seen Mr. Allen.
Morning.
Good
Morning. Well, I said it was a group, good morning. You just looked away after I turned or before I turned. Good morning, Mr. Burbank.
Good morning, now.
How are you today?
Peachy.
Good.
Not right.
Hold up.
Good morning, sir. You are Rakeem Allen. This is cause numbers 25 DCCR 1163, 1164, and 1697. Mr. Burbank, what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I believe that some more offense is coming. We're still in the discovery process.
Okay,
I would ask for a reset. I have talked to the prosecutor. And that was the indication.
Judge, I did speak with Mr. Burbank's office last week. They filed a letter of rep on the new case that was recently indicted. So I do have all of that, and I don't mean to ask this to catch Mr. Burbank off guard or anything, but based on Mr. Allen's prior criminal history and these offenses, would the court just take a quick look at the bonds, maybe?
I don't even have the new case. If it was indicted last week, it's not on our docket. What's the cost number of that? And what's the charge?
It's a possession, it's 25 DCCR 1697.
Oh, I have that one.
Yes, the new indictment didn't come last week, but it was just caught up with these other cases.
Okay, because that actually, well, so the offense date from the possession is actually 2024. And then it was after that that we had the other possession and the evading. Are you wearing a drug patch?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I don't see that we've had any. It's like you tested positive back in court. What was it, last October? You've been wearing a drug patch ever since? Have you gotten a change every 2 weeks like you're supposed to? Let's do this just to make sure, since I don't see anything, let's have you tested this morning before we do a reset and then we'll go from there. And is there any other cases you expect something else? Do you expect another case other than these three?
When I initially talked, I don't know this one. I mean, I'm not trying to act, but when we talked, I thought there were a couple more out there, but maybe not.
And I'll look into that.
Yeah, let me hold it while he gets a drug test. Can you look
Okay.
in to see if there's something else and y'all talk because I want to know what's going on. Have a seat in the jury box.
And it may be that I had one regular in the state jail and I got the newest regular. Charlie was initially.
Okay, yeah, double check if there's something else.
I will check.
Please, ma'am. Jermaine Young, Mr. Burbank. Jermaine Young.
You should be outside.
Good morning.
Jermaine Young.
She needs to float a bit, so it's to her.
Good morning, you're Jermaine Young,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is 24 DCCR 0916. I have a note that we've been waiting on some DNA results. Do we know where we are
I
in
can
that?
speak to that, Your Honor. I was out of town Thursday and Friday, but before I left, I prepared these cases for today and saw on the docket DNA pending. Not finding anything, taking a brief look, I contacted the detective on the case to ask him about it. I've read my email with to Mr. Burbank this morning. And it's his belief that it was never sent off because there were never swabs taken because there was a delayed outcry.
Okay. So there's not any and none anticipated.
As I stand here now, I don't believe so, but I did tell Mr. Burbank I would continue to research that issue.
Okay, well, if we don't, that's what we've kind of been anticipating or waiting on or thought we were waiting on. And so I'm gonna do one last reset. This will be the
Yeah,
final
one last
reset.
reset. I mean, we were here like 3 or 4 times and
We've-
it was in the lab and.
Yeah, we've talked
we
about.
talked about calling them and was told.
We did,
they
yeah.
called, and now all of a sudden,
Yeah, so let's just do one more reset and if for some reason that was just not good information, then that's what it is.
And
If there's something out there that you find, obviously, we'll talk about it at the next court date.
that's fine.
All right.
Happy to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Stay
you.
in touch with
Cheers,
Mr.
sir.
Burbank and your bondsman. They'll let you know when you need to come back.
Ron, I have to go to CDC for something. I'll come back.
Okay,
I mean,
sounds good. Thank you. See, Mr. Barrington. Saw Mr. Barrington. Mr. Kimler, you have Kaylin Phillips.
you're-
Good morning. Are you Kaylin Phillips?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Phillips has a motion to revoke her probation and cause number 19-32315. And what is the announcement?
Again, Your Honor, we could proceed on the administrative violations.
I would plead not to any new offense.
So there's no agreement. You just want to go through the motion at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Phillips, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, put your hand in. Thank you, ma'am. And will she waive the formal reading of the motion?
She will.
Ms. Phillips, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. It shows that you were placed on probation September 25th of 2019 for the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a family relationship, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct?
Yes.
It alleges you violated your probation. Count one alleges that you committed the offense of driving while intoxicated with an open container, November 24th of 2024. And is that true or not true?
Yes.
That's true? I need you to say true or not
True.
true. Thank you. Count two alleges that you failed to provide verification of performing the community service hours as required. Is that true or not true?
True.
Count three alleges that as of November 25th, 2024, you were $2,504.03 behind in your restitution to the victims. Is that true or not true? And then count four alleges that you're behind in your court assessed fees as of November 25th of 2024 in the amount of $6,756. Is that true or not true?
Yes.
Did you enter your pleas of true to counts 1 through 4 freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And did you plead true to those counts because they're actually true?
Yes.
All right, then I'm going to find counts 1 through 4, that you entered those pleas of true freely and voluntarily, find those counts true, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do an updated report, and we'll come back and go through sentencing on that date. Obviously, anything that is important for me to know, make sure you get that information to Mr. Kimler. He'll present it to me on your behalf when we come back. Based on those pleas, do either of you anticipate witnesses?
Perhaps some mitigation.
Okay.
No, Your Honor. I don't.
Okay, we'll just set it for a regular hearing then for sentencing. All right, you're free to go. Ma'am, can you come right up here? She needs a fingerprint. Mr. Kimler, you've got Julissa Cortez Estrada.
She's probably shot. Went to speak with the VA on pre-trial diversion for this case. She has a completely clean criminal history.
You haven't filed anything yet on
I haven't filed it yet. I want to discuss it first with Mr. Nicholas. See if he would be amenable to that.
Well, why don't y'all talk about that this morning and that way,
That's right. And
okay, I'll hold it. Just have a seat, ma'am. Let's see, is Mr. Peraza? Good morning, sir. On Juan Martinez?
Yeah, protocol.
Yes, please.
And Judge, just a quick reminder, my client is a Spanish speaker. The court has allowed me the opportunity to translate for him.
Thank you.
Good
Good morning, sir. You're Juan Martinez,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is 25 DCCR 0401. And Mr. Martinez is charged with assault on a peace officer. And what is the announcement?
Judge, we previously worked on a deal, so I believe we're ready to plead this case today.
Okay, I'll hold it while y'all take care of the paperwork. It's all on the tablet. We've got probably some local lawyers who could help you figure that out,
Thank
or Miss Werner on the end can help you as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
During that approach, I'm shot up briefly.
Yes.
I discussed that with Mr. Nichols. I suggested 2 week reset. I should have an answer in a pretrial diversion, otherwise it'll be disposed of without a trial.
Do you think 2 weeks is enough to get that answer?
Not to get a real answer.
No, I don't think so. We'll do a normal reset.
I would suggest. I should make that clear.
Make sure you get that to them quick, because it does take a little bit. Thank you. She's free to go. Mr. Ward? Daryl Ward, Mr. Ward? Is Bart Thibodeau here? Bart Thibodeau? I'm just wondering if he's seen his attorney, if he's out there. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, just have him wait on his attorney. His attorney's is running late, sorry. And then Mr. Barrington. What's that? I don't see you on the docket, unless I'm skipping.
8:30, and then it was a examination, and then we hired on.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Sorry, I probably called her in maybe before. What was the name?
Ryan or Lee.
Remy?
It's on our nickel.
I don't even see it on our initial. Yeah, probably look it up and see. And Alan's in somewhere else. And then Mr. Lewis, is he working on some stuff? I just saw him walk through. Mr. Lewis, you have a sentencing on Isaiah Green.
Isaiah Green?
Hmm?
I guess, it's spring break is kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a small docket.
And Bob.
You're Isaiah Green.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Green, why are you wearing sweatpants to court?
Oh, I don't have clothes. I said.
All right, so Mr. Green was here previously in clause number 24, DCCR 1159, entered a plea of guilty to assault of a peace officer. I've received that pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review it?
Well,
Yes, sure, we have.
Any additions or corrections?
not from defense.
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Let me ask you, Mr. Green, I have a notation here about a substance abuse assessment based on some of the things that I saw. If I test you this morning, what are you gonna have in your system?
Okay.
Nothing today? Let's double check that. Have a seat in the jury box first, okay?
Let's see how that one. Second seat.
Let's see, Treasurer Harris. Good morning. Are you Treasurer Harris? And Ms. Harris is charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon on prohibited place and cause number 24 DCCR 1482. And Mr. Lewis, what is the announcement?
Judge, I've received the discovery, of course, and an offer from the state. I've talked to Ms. Harris about it a little bit, but I would like to speak with her and her parents a little bit more, especially given her age and, her being in school at this time.
All right, any issues with one reset?
No, Judge, just would you please admonish her, especially if she's still residing on the campus of Lamar, that she is absolutely not supposed to have a firearm anywhere on Lamar campus.
Are you living there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I didn't think so. So at this point, a condition of your bond based on the nature of the offense, and this may change in the future, is that you have no firearm at all in your possession, wherever you're living. You understand? So you can't have one in your car. You can't be with other people that have them. You're just not to be around firearms at all. Okay. So we'll just do a normal reset. The case is a little old, but it looks like you were just appointed, not that long ago. So we'll reset it and then we'll see where we get. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Lewis, make an appointment, go visit with him about everything. And that way we'll know what we're gonna do with your case at the next court date. Okay, you're free to go. Thank you.
Judge.
And you've got Devontre Johnson, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, ma'am. This is Pam. Yes.
Good morning, you're Devontre Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
And see, in clause number 25 DCCR 0438, Mr. Johnson's charged with failure to comply with sex offender registration requirements. And what is the announcement?
Judge, Mr. Johnson came to the office, met with me. There is some additional information I would like to get to Ms. French. She has conveyed the offer to us last week that I,
Okay.
conveyed to my client. But if I just get a little time to.
And it looks like you were just appointed also on this one as
Yes,
well.
ma'am.
So we'll just do a normal reset. Mr. Johnson, make sure you make an appointment visit with Mr. Lewis before the next court date so that you can go over all the information that he's received and we'll see what we're going to do with your case at the next court date.
Yes.
All right, you're free to go. Aaron Roberts. Right here. Crystal Julian, Mr. Lewis, it's a sentencing. Are you Crystal Julian? And based on some of the information in the pre-sentence report, I want to have Ms. Julian tested also before we go forward with sentencing. Ms. Julian, have a seat in the jury box. We're going to have a drug test done. Richard Volry, Mr. Lewis. Good morning. You are Richard Volry.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Volry is charged in clause number 25 DCCR 1746 with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Miss Malfino and the state has filed a motion asking that I increase that bond, which is currently set at $20,000. Miss Malfino.
Judge, I spoke to Mr. Collier, the complainant in this case, and filed that motion to increase or modify as the court chooses. Based on that conversation, he has some concerns that Mr. Volry is contacting him or driving by places where he either resides or works, so on and so forth. So I've just asked if the court is not inclined to increase the bond at this time, if you will just admonish him about what a no contact order in your court need.
I will. Do you have any witnesses?
Judge, I had to ask him to be here this morning. He called very early. He had a medical emergency and needed to go to an appointment. They had called him in with some abnormal results and he needed to take care of that.
Mr. Let's see, is a GPS a condition of this bond at this time?
I don't think so, Judge.
So here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Volry, based on the nature of the offense and what Ms. Malfino is relaying to me. I'm not going to increase the bond today without witnesses and things like that. However, I am going to modify the condition of your bond so that there's no issue, hopefully, with where you are, where you're not supposed to be and things like that. So I'm going to order as a condition of your bond that you will wear a GPS monitoring device. You will have 24 hours to get that device. You can talk to Mr. Lewis or your bondsman. They can let you know where to get that. You've got to have that on within 24 hours. You obviously have a no contact order already with
Byron Collier.
Byron Collier. And so you're not to be anywhere near, around, or communicate with or contact Mr. Collier. That includes going anywhere near his home and or where he works. Do you know where he works?
I mean, I was gonna ask you that question. I just happened to go into the place where he passed by the place where he works. I did not even know he worked, and I seen the gentleman, and I kept on going. He seemed-
So here's the thing, now that you know where he works, you need to take a different path. Does that make sense? So there's always more than one way to get somewhere. So what's the place of business?
It's still furniture.
There is a convenience store, the Chris Food Mart, at 3090 Gulf Street, and he also has an antique shop. I don't know the address of that, but I can get it to Johnny's or whoever for the GPS. When I'm able to speak with him again.
You know where the furniture store is?
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I passed right around the corner from my house. I just happened to pass in front of it.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
obviously you cannot go to the Chris Food Mart on 3090 Gulf Street. Do you understand? Do you know which one I'm talking about? Okay, cannot go there. And you cannot, if there's another way out of your neighborhood or to get around that antique store or furniture store, you're not to go near that as well. Okay. And then, because what can happen is if for some reason he continues to feel like you're doing those things either on purpose, or to threaten or something like that, then we'll end up back in here with probably another motion. We'll have a whole hearing with witnesses and your bond could be raised for not following these court orders and these restrictions, and you could go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is extremely important that you understand how serious it is not to have any type of contact, and that means just driving by. Okay. Okay. All right. Stay in touch. What?
Do we ask you a question?
Sure.
Yeah, he does not work at the Chris anymore. I said, Chris is telling me to come back and work. And, what's the guy's name? Collier, Mr. Collier?
Uh-huh.
He does not work there.
He doesn't work there.
Well, I mean, and I really need a job to go back to. Mr. Chris was calling me to come back at the front door.
Okay. Let's do this. For now, I'm gonna have it, leave it the same. Will you please make sure of that? Get that information to Mr. Lewis. It's fine with me. If he's not working there and they want to hire you, that's fine. If he's working there, then you can't. But if he's not and just doing the furniture, I don't want him to also prevent Mr. Volry from being able to work. Okay, so make sure don't go do that until you talk to Mr. Lewis. Ms. Malfino will check on that today, get back with you, and then we'll go from there. There's some,
He was on the designation docket last week. So still looking for an attorney. He hasn't qualified.
oh, okay. And yeah, make sure you try to get that taken care of also, which obviously that's why you need to get a job. Okay. Mr. Lewis is your court appointed attorney, but because you bonded out, I expect you again, just like I told you before, nothing's changed. You need to try to still hire a lawyer. And get a job and all of those things. Bring me that information in your next court date, okay? But stay in touch with Mr. Lewis regarding where the Chris Food Mart thing.
Okay. Please.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Mr. Lewis on Isaiah Green and Mr. Nichols. Come on up, Mr. Green. All right, tested negative, which is good. And so, any reason not to go forward with sentencing?
Not from the.
All right, Mr. Green, in clause number 24, DCCR 1159, again, I'm going to find that you entered that plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. Defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include having a substance abuse assessment and then following any recommended treatment if they think there's any. So whether you think there's an issue or not, if they say you need something, then you'll be required to do that. If you do everything that you're supposed to on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity because you're not a convicted felon. And at the end of the probation, if you successfully complete it, the case will actually be dismissed. You'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court and you could be found guilty and you could go to prison for between 2 years and up to 20 years. Do you understand? And so probation also, just because it sounds like there might be some stuff going on in your life, some issues, probation's there to help you. If you need help with housing, if you need help with getting a job, if whatever it is, talk to them ahead of time. Get that help ahead of time so that you don't get behind or not show up or kind of get back down the wrong path with drugs or something like that because of the stress of life and then end up back in here just for those reasons. All right. Be open and honest with your probation officer and they're there to help you. We want you to succeed. Everybody does. Okay. All right. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. So you waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
Mr. Peraza and Mr. Smith on Juan Martinez. Yes, please. Thanks, sir.
You want me to continue to translate for you all?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are back on again, your Juan Martinez.
De vuelta, sos señor Martínez? Sí, señor. Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And the lesser included, Judge.
Class A resisting.
Yes.
Mr. Martinez,
Señor Martínez.
the state has elected to proceed on the lesser offense of a Class A misdemeanor resisting arrest
Categoría A, resistir arresto.
from from March 23rd of 2025.
Marzo 23 del 2025.
And how do you plead to that charge?
Este cargo, ¿cómo te declaras? Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
¿Estás declarando culpable por tu propia voluntad? Yes, Judge.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
¿Estás declarando culpable porque hiciste lo que están alegando? Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them
Tengo acá en la tableta unos documentos que tiene tu firma
that the state's marked as exhibit number 1.
que el Estado ha marcado como exhibit número 1.
Before you signed these, did you go over them with your attorney?
Antes de firmar tus documentos, ¿les pasaste con tu abogado? Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Yes, ma'am.
And did he fully explain to these documents to you and translate them in Spanish?
Y el abogado tuyo te lo explicó completamente y te lo pronunció en la lengua. Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 1-year deferred probation.
Y luce como que el acuerdo a que has llegado con el Estado es un año probatorio deferida.
There would be a $300 fine,
Va a haber una multa de $300
and you would be required to follow all of the rules of probation.
y tenés que seguir todas las reglas de probatorio. Yes, ma'am.
And is that your understanding of the agreement?
Ese es tu entendimiento del acuerdo que firmamos. Yes, ma'am.
And you understand if I follow that agreement, you cannot change your mind or appeal your case.
Y entendés que si yo decido aceptar este acuerdo, no puedes cambiar de opinión o cliente y no puedes apelar este caso. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. And are you a citizen of the United States?
¿Sos ciudadano de Estados Unidos? No, ma'am.
I want to make sure you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen,
Entendiendo que si no sos ciudadano americano,
a plea of guilty or no contest
una declaración de
could result in your deportation,
podría resultar en contestación familiar
exclusion from admission to the country,
que no te permita el poder del país,
or denial of naturalization under federal law.
o que te nieguen la ciudadanía americana o las leyes federales.
Do you understand?
¿Entiendes eso? Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objections.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Martinez is not competent?
No, Your Honor. My opinion is that he is competent.
Mr. Martinez, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily.
Puede aceptar que es tu declaración de culpabilidad por tu propia voluntad.
Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequence of your plea.
Estoy decidiendo que estás bien mental, entender las consecuencias de todo este proceso y la consecuencia de tu declaración.
Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty.
Y encuentro suficiente evidencia para encontrarte culpable,
However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney.
pero voy a seguir el acuerdo que hiciste con la fiscalía.
and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 1 year.
Y voy a deferir todos los procedimientos y ponerte en una probatoria de 1 año.
You're ordered to pay the $300 fine
Tienes que te ordenan de que pagues la multa de $200
and to follow all of the rules of probation.
y que sigas todas las reglas que te imponga probatoria. Yes, ma'am.
If you do all of that, this is a great opportunity
Si haces todo esto, es una muy buena oportunidad.
because you don't have the conviction on your record.
Tenemos a ser convictos en tu récord.
And if you successfully complete the probation,
Y si cumplís la probatoria de manera satisfactoria,
the case will be dismissed and you'll never have the conviction on your record.
el caso va a quedar desestimado y nunca vas a tener la convicción en el récord. Yes, ma'am.
If you violate any condition of probation,
Si violas cualquier condición de la probatoria,
you'll be brought back into court,
se volverá delante de mí,
found guilty of the misdemeanor
ahí
offense,
sí te voy a declarar culpable
and sent to the county jail for up to 1 year.
y te puedo mandar a la cárcel por hasta 1 año.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, I'm handing you the trial court certification
Acá te estoy dando la certificación de la corte,
that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you waived your right to appeal.
demostrando que este fue un acuerdo que yo seguí, entonces estás dando el derecho de apel.
Probation will need to talk to you today, and I'm sure your attorney will help you with that. She's sitting at that desk right over there. If y'all will just stop and talk to her on your way out.
Probatoria va a tener que hablar contigo hoy antes que nos vayamos. La señora que está sentada ahí, vamos a hablar con eso. Saliendo de acá, vamos a hablar con ella. ¿Hay alguno más? No. That's it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck.
Maybe excuse me.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see, Mr. Parker on Delvin Jones.
Judge.
This is Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith standing in for Tommy.
Good morning, sir. Are you Delvin Jones?
Yes.
And Mr. Parker, will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
He will, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, in cause number 19-33420, I have a motion to revoke your community supervision. Shows that you were placed on probation September 28th of 2020 for the state jail felony offense of credit or debit card abuse. That was a 2-year term in state jail prison that was probated for 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
This motion alleges that you violated your probation. In count 1, it alleges that you committed the new offense of theft of property, April 17th of 2024 in Llano County, Texas. And is that true or not true?
True.
Did you enter your plea of true to count 1 freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And because you actually did what they listed in there?
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement is for me to continue your probation, extend
Extended 2 years, and at the bottom it says run concurrently with the probation in Llano County.
I guess, I mean, to say it runs concurrent doesn't really mean,
Well, I understand. I mean,
because if he gets off of that one early, it doesn't
Right.
mean he gets off of
Right.
this
I
one
understand,
early.
Judge.
So so the understanding is to extend it for 2 years,
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
I just don't want that to change, make some
I understand.
agreement later
Right.
that we don't want to be bound by. So I'm going to mark through that runs
Okay.
concurrently
That's no
with
problem.
it. And I see probation is here. Thank you, ma'am. And is that what you would suggest as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, then. All right, Mr. Jones, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count 1 freely and voluntarily. Find that count true. find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you this opportunity to remain on probation. I'm going to extend your probation for 2 years. Obviously, you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, especially you're ordered not to be arrested or charged or convicted of anything else. Not anything, but the fact that you picked up a theft after a credit debit card abuse gives me some concern because it's the same type of behavior. So this is a great opportunity. You will not get it again. Do you understand? You understand?
Yes.
All right.
He's on probation. He's in the Austin area, and I think they're aware of that, so.
All right. So I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. So you've waived any right to appeal. And then if probation needs to talk to you before you leave, just make sure you talk to your probation officer. Hang on just a second. I'm waiting on something to print.
Yeah, okay. Not yet. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Stop and talk to probation right over there on your way out, please. Thank you.
Thanks. Or signatures. Hey, why don't you-
Huh? Great.
You know, that's just our drugs. That's sort of. Okay. You, it's an name that's spelled in one body. That's. Okay. When you walk off, like just doing and then taking left, all the way down, it's Foster Street. But it's the just annex of this drug thing. You let me, Shane Hilton's department.
Sorry, they're not in order. That's how they sent them to me. All at one time. Just got on the way to get on the campus. Absolutely. All 15. Wait, you're done. For what? Well, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you if you could just wear it and that's very frustrating.
Also,
Huh?
would you like me to file a formal motion?
No. Mr. Burbank? Mr. Allen? Back on the record and cause numbers 25 DCCR 1163, 1164, and 1697. For whatever reason, Mr. Allen, we have not been getting updates with regard to your drug patch. And while you've had it on regularly, you've literally tested positive every single time. So I'm going back now. I mean, you tested negative today, but you've tested positive for cocaine starting back in December of 24. January of 25 tested positive for THC. the end of January of 25, again, positive for cocaine. First part of February 25, positive for THC. End of February, positive for THC. March of 2025, positive for THC. April, positive for THC and cocaine. May of 2025, positive for THC and cocaine. June of 2025, positive for cocaine. And so as frustrated as I am with you right now, I'm frustrated that I have a bond condition that I have had no idea that you've been violating and using marijuana and cocaine solid for.
I don't even use it. I guess it took me a little time for my system to be clean, but
It doesn't take a year and a half for your system to get clean.
yeah, I know the last time I came in court, that was the last time.
No, at this point, I mean, I've got one from March 8th of 2026. So that's the one that they just tested, which they took, looks like off of you maybe March 3rd. So we're talking last week, you got one changed and it tested positive for cocaine. All right, so I'm going to find that obviously these are a violation of your bond conditions. The fact that you've been able to get away with it and this amount of time is ridiculous. I'm going to raise your bond in all of your cases. In each case, I'm raising your bond to $50,000 in each case. Condition of those bonds obviously is that you have a drug patch, but it's also that you not use drugs. So it's not okay to have a drug patch and test positive. That's not exact. You probably shouldn't.
I promise you ain't gonna see no.
It's too late. You can go back with the bailiff. Mr. Burbank will visit with you.
Go back to.
Yes, sir. That's insane. Well, lucky he didn't kill somebody, then it would have been me. All right, let's see, Mr. Lewis, you've got Crystal Julian. Y'all just wait just a second. Let me take, well, yeah, come on up. Just when did you use meth?
I haven't used meth. I've been around people that have been using it. I stay with a girl. She's pregnant and I struggle repeatedly.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
You're typically not going to test positive just for being in the same area.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
Mhm.
If you're that close to somebody using it, then you know better.
Yes.
And there's already an issue because you're here for a sentencing in clause number 25 DCCR 1393.
Mhm.
And you've already have been on felony probations that have been revoked. And in addition, you deny that you even knew what was going on the day. And so you denied the offense. And so for those reasons at this time, based on, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to not accept the plea agreement, but what I am going to do is I'm going to raise your bond in your case today, and I'm going to raise it to $50,000.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll reset the case 2 weeks for sentencing. I'm not going to sentence someone if I think they're under the influence.
Yes, ma'am.
We've already got, I feel like, maybe not, hold on. Can they do a substance abuse evaluation in custody?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
How long would that take?
We can get it done this week. Should be able to get it done this week.
All right, so I'll reset the case 2 weeks. We'll get a substance abuse evaluation taken care of. And then if there's any recommendations based on that, then we will get that taken care of.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you make that $50,000 bond,
Mhm.
a condition of it is that you have to wear a drug patch
Yes,
at
ma'am.
all times.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care who you're around, what you're doing. If it
Yes, ma'am.
tests positive, I'm going to have to assume that it's because you're using.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're living somewhere where people are using methamphetamine,
Mhm.
you ought to not be living there.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Go back with the bailiff.
Morning.
Good morning. It is a Monday. I agree with the current with the earlier defendant. It's a Monday. He was right. I shouldn't have given him such a hard time for that excuse.
Thank you, set the tone for the whole day.
It's maybe we will blame him.
It's also the beginning of daylight savings.
It's all the things.
What did you say to daylight savings time? He's Friday and the 13th. Oh, and so yeah, something else.
Oh, this week's Friday the 13th.
Oh, no.
We had a full moon last week. We have another one already.
It's daylight savings time. Whenever you have to.
Stop. No, I. Can I vote no? All right. Are you Alexander Thornton? Just a second. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Thornton, in cause number 24, DCCR 0323, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of a credit or debit card in an amount between 10 and 50, and that's from September 23rd of 2023. And how do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Okay, so you signed some paperwork here with your attorney, Mr. Barrington, for a plea of guilty with an exchange for a plea bargain. Is that not what you want to do?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, depending on what the my back time was.
So here's the thing. First of all, first thing is either you did it or you didn't do it. You don't get to say, I did it, but only if I get a great deal and whatever. Either you did or you didn't. So if you want me to accept a plea agreement, then you either take responsibility or we can have a jury trial. I mean,
Your Honor, is that, did I have a moment with my client?
yeah, sure. Because it looks like this is for that there's some credit that he will receive, but I'm going to make sure everybody knows if it's a plea for TDC that he's got to go into custody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'll hold it for a minute.
Thank you.
No, y'all go talk in the, just, yeah, out there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's see, back on the record with Mr. Thornton. Mr. Barrington, are y'all ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I am, is that I'm gonna need to make a record with my client.
Sure.
If I may. Mr. Thornton, would you please state your name for the record?
Alexander Thornton.
Okay, now, sir, a couple of weeks ago, the state made a plea offer to us of 3 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, I went over that plea offer with you, and you said that you were interested in taking that, accepting that, but that we needed to straighten some things out with some pending cases in Jasper. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so isn't it correct, sir, that we came before the court, told the court we were going to accept this deal, correct?
Correct.
And since that time, I've negotiated and discussed things in Jasper, is that, and tentatively had a deal worked out for you up there, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and is that, and so then today, we appeared here today, correct?
Correct.
Is that I went over the paperwork with you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, is that you signed the paperwork, correct?
Correct.
And it was the offer that the state made, correct?
Correct.
In that you, and I also went over the range of punishment with you in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I explained to you that the range in punishment in this case is no less than 2 years and up to 20 years, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you also faced up to a $10,000 fine, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I also went over the fact of that you were going to have to plead guilty to this offense, correct?
Yes, sir.
is that you signed the papers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that, and then we got up here, is that in the court asked you how you pled, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, you informed the court that you were pleading not guilty, right?
Correct.
And we took a break and we went out in the hall, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I discussed the fact of if you believe in your innocence, that you cannot plead guilty to something that you did not do, right?
Correct.
Okay, and at that time, you professed to me your innocence, correct?
Correct.
Is that, and I said, okay, do you understand that by pleading not guilty in this case, that the state is going to revoke their plea offer of 3 years, right?
Correct.
And that in all probability, we're going to have a jury trial in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that you could, if you're, and that's going to be a guilt innocent phase, right?
Yes, sir.
And then with the jury of your peers, and then also going to include, if you're found guilty, a punishment phase, right?
Correct.
And I explained all that to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that I explained to you?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, and do you understand that if you persist in this, that this plea offer is off the table, we're going to trial? That's what the prosecutors informed me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so do you fully understand the way these proceedings are going at this point?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, well, I have,
Here,
you
let me,
understand? Yes, ma'am.
that's, I mean, I think anything further you need to get into is attorney-client
Yes,
privilege
ma'am.
probably. So, Mr. Thornton, it's real easy. Either you enter a plea of guilty, accept responsibility for a plea offer. You could enter a plea of guilty, accept responsibility, leave your punishment open to the court, or you can go to a trial and let a jury decide. Those are your 3 options. So all I need to know is what you want to do, and I want to make sure you do understand that if you don't want this deal and you're not guilty, that's fine. That's what juries are for. But you will not get this offer again after today. So if we put it on the trial docket, it will be expected to go to trial. If you change your mind later, it will be to some different either plea agreement or open to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So what part do you not understand?
Well, Your Honor, if I could, maybe feel free to explain.
Well, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case. Okay. I'm taking a look at the probable cause. I have a very limited understanding of what the allegations are. That's kind of not my position right now or what I need to be getting into. That's for either a jury. But your attorney, Mr. Barrington, obviously knows what the state's evidence is and what they would put forward at a trial in front of a jury. So that's important for you to discuss with him. You have every right, again, to have a jury decide if you're guilty and what your punishment would be. And what do you want to do?
I would like a jury trial.
All right, so I'm going to delete this paperwork. We'll set your case on the trial docket. I'm going to make a notation. I don't necessarily need a rejection since we've really kind of gone through this. There will be a notation of what this offer was. And again, that offer's off the table after today, and we'll get your case on the trial docket. Mr. Barrington will begin preparation for trial. All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know if y'all could do kind of a memo, like this kind of memo, because technically there's not a rejection.
The previous rejection was for 4.
It was. I'm gonna go make a notation on that one. That's what I'll do.
He's not getting anything. And we'll just fucking anymore.
Working on the budget.
There's one for that one that I do. And that was on the initial document. All right, so it looks like the only thing we've got left is waiting on Mr. Ward, who said he'd be here around 10:30, so he should be here soon for Mr. Thibodeau's case. Mr. Ward, Ms. Malfino. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And sir, you're Bart Thibodeau,
As well.
and will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He does.
Mr. Thibodeau, in cause number 25 DCCR 0339, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from December 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you reached is for a 4-year deferred probation. There would be a $1,000 fine and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
And is there going to be a dismissal in the other case? What is the,
Yes, Judge, at sentencing, if the court will allow, I also would like to request a substance abuse assessment. I don't have reason to believe today that there will be a positive test. I know the court has other matters to attend to
Okay.
this morning, but that will be part of any plea negotiation.
so with everyone's permission, I just want to, it's not on the plea bargain agreed recommendation page that it is the agreement to
Yes.
dismiss that
Yes.
cause number 25 DCCR 0755. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Thibodeau is not competent?
None.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and we'll come back later for sentencing. I am going to ask them to do a substance abuse assessment as well, just to make sure if there's any issues that need to be addressed on sentencing and while you're on probation. Today, when you leave the courtroom, you need to stop and talk to probation. She's at that desk right over there, and then we'll see you back at sentencing. All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sir, I need your discovery certification before you leave. There's a, in the box right there on council table. If, you'll get your signature and your clients, and then we'll need you to, talk to the DA and forward the, exhibit that's supposed to be attached to it. But I need that one today, please. Thank you. You need the other, in please. Morning. Good. All right, this is cause numbers 25 DCCR 0386 and 0387 on Ray No. Could I just,
They're in the corner.
okay. Mr. Franklin, Mr. No? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're Ray No.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Brandon.
Usually it's the other way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking over here.
All right, and so Mr. No was previously in court in cause numbers 25 DCCR 0386 and 0387, entered pleas of guilty to intoxication, manslaughter, as well as driving while intoxicated with a child less than 15 years old. That was an open plea to the court. We had gotten started a little bit on this hearing, and then I reset it so that the state could, or anybody could bring any witnesses with regard to statements in the PSI and sentencing. We've all had an opportunity, correct, to review the PSI.
State has, yes, Your Honor.
Other than what we've already discussed and what the defense has filed with regard to response and objections, anything else with regard to the pre-sentence report?
Not from the state. Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, obviously, with regard, well, when we get to, after witnesses, we'll go through, the pre-sentence, what the specific objections are. I think, primarily, the big part of it was, witness statements, outside of court. And so we'll hear what we hear today, and then we'll go through any prior criminal history, that I feel like is important and admissible, and we'll talk about all that at that point. Is everyone ready to proceed?
State your ready, Judge. Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
And I will take judicial notice of the court's file. It does include, obviously, the pre-sentence report. It includes the defense, response and objections to that, as well as the state's sentencing memorandum as well. And is that it? I think that was filed. There was also a letter, from, Joyce Barnes, the mother of the defendant, and I have that as well.
Your Honor, I think we had also previously filed letters of support, which the court had reviewed.
Okay, I think I've got those.
We did not refile them
That's
for purposes of sentencing.
sure. Okay, if you'll take a look in the file and make sure. I feel like I've seen them all, but I don't have them printed out. If you'll just check and see if they're where they are. Okay, Mr. Coleman. This. Go ahead. You wish you have a witness.
The state calls Trooper Angel Campos.
Trooper Campos. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
You please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat.
Would you please state your full name for the court reporter, please? Angel Campos. And
Can you pull that microphone a little closer?
Closer?
Yeah, thank you.
Trooper Campos, how are you employed, sir?
I'm employed to the Texas Department of Public Safety.
And how long have you been with DPS?
I've been with DPS today almost 3 years.
Okay, and certified peace officer, correct?
Yes,
And your training and background, of course, includes the academy. I understand you also have some military background as well. What does that include?
I do. I'm working on my 11th year serving in the Marine Corps, and currently I'm a Staff Sergeant E6 in the Marine Corps today.
Okay, I'd like to take you back to December the 11th of 2024. Were you working that day?
I was.
At around 7:56 or so, were you dispatched to a crash?
I don't remember the exact time, but roughly around that time, yes.
Did you bring a copy of your report? with you?
I do not know. I left my laptop with the.
Is it on your laptop?
It's on my laptop.
John, can we retrieve that laptop? I'm sure he's gonna probably.
Sure. And if we can, do you have a hard copy, Mr. Do you have a copy, Mr. Franklin? I'm sure.
I have. I do not have a copy of the. I have a lot of
But it was a discovery.
Yeah, of course, it was produced, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay. You remember this scratch, right?
I do.
And if you want, let's do this. If it's helpful for him to use his computer, that's fine, but let's get a hard copy for defense counsel. Everybody can have a hard copy. We can make copies if we need to. I'm assuming, do you want a copy? Are you okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll take the copy. I've got notes on all the relevant portions for myself.
Okay.
I didn't have a copy.
Okay. If you have it, fine. If not. Let's do this. Why don't you just have him go ahead? He can pull it up on his computer and no, that's okay. If anybody needs a hard copy, then we can work on that at that time. You can let him work off his computer. You don't have any issue with that, do you?
No.
Okay.
I probably just for record's sake, I'll ask him if that's always looked at.
Yeah, sure.
You have it pulled up. Just let me know when you get.
It's loading up. All right, I'm good now.
All right, December the 11th, 2024, did you receive a dispatch around 7:56 or so?
Yes,
What was the nature of that dispatch?
initially it came out to a two vehicle crash on Spur 93 near Hillybound Road.
Hillebrand Road,
Yes,
and that's in Beaumont, Texas, correct?
it is.
Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes.
All right, and please briefly, the judge will see the video here in just a second, but briefly describe for the judge what you observed when you made the scene.
Initially, when I made scene, I was expecting, like I was dispatched to two vehicles. Then I later found out the two vehicles that I rode up on, one was the deceased's vehicle, and the other one was the witness that witnessed the entire crash. I didn't see a third, but I couldn't really comprehend what had happened because I couldn't find the car that did everything. And then I later found out through on-scene personnel that the vehicle that caused the crash was further down the road, upside down.
Did you make contact with the driver or the operator of that vehicle?
I did.
And was he identified?
He was.
Who was he identified to be?
Ray Anthony Noe.
Okay. And was the vehicle that that the defendant Ray Anthony Noe was driving, was it also, did it have any passengers in it?
It did.
And how many and what was their age in relationship to this defendant?
It was his child. I want to get the age exact. I don't remember exactly, but he was around. I think he told me at the scene here that he told me he was 9 years old.
And through your investigation, did you determine if that child was restrained in that vehicle during the crash?
Yeah, the investigation determined the child was not restrained at the time.
When you made contact with this defendant, we're not going to spend a lot of time on it because he's already pleaded guilty, but nevertheless, you observed signs of intoxication, correct?
Yes,
Did he refuse or did he consent to a blood draw?
he refused.
And you obtained a blood search warrant, correct?
I did.
And his blood was drawn pursuant to that blood search warrant.
Yes.
What I'd like to ask you about next and explain to the court is this defendant's demeanor. How would you characterize this defendant's demeanor there at the scene and at the hospital as well?
So his demeanor.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this to the extent that he's required to, that is asking him to opine because he has not been established as an expert on opinion that he can. I don't have an objection to him observing what his observation, but to the extent he's going to opine, we're going to renew our objections that we've already made in our response to objections.
That's overruled. He can testify as to what your opinion is as to his demeanor that evening.
Please go ahead and answer. True.
The demeanor on that night, he refused to comply with almost every order we gave him. We had tremendous amounts of patience to try and do our job, and he made it every bit difficult, to include the omittance of, allowing us to prove. I even asked him on scene if he could let me do centralized field sobriety test so we can rule out his intoxication, and he refused that too. Try to give him a chance there, try to give him a chance to consent blood, and he refused there too. Did every trick. Well, it appeared like he was trying to buy time for himself, and he through my training and experience, we kind of pick up on tricks that DWIs do, and it appeared like he was utilizing everyone he could at the time.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're talking about more than just a refusal or more than just not cooperating, correct?
Yes.
I mean, how would you describe that to the judge?
I would object to leading on that one, Your Honor.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Everything on that night, he, from what I can recall and remember, everything he mentioned or asked, none of it was about the other parties. It was all either about himself or his son.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing you what I am marking as State's Exhibit number 1, and I'll ask you for the record, what kind of device are we looking at?
This is a USB.
And do you recognize this USB?
I do.
How do you recognize this USB?
We reviewed this USB prior to. We being me and you in my office, correct? Yes, How do you know that that's that USB? because I initialed it and dated it today. Is this a fair and accurate copy of your body worn camera from December the 11th of 2024? It is. Did it capture your interaction with this defendant on the scene and at the hospital during the blood draw? It did. Um, Your equipment, was it properly operating as far as you know? Yes. All right. Guys, this time state officer states one has been previously provided to defense counsel in this
We don't object in that, to the extent that it has the discovery that's been produced, true.
States one is admitted.
permission to publish.
Yes, sir.
Trooper, while I'm setting this up, I mean, we've got over 3 hours with the video here, correct? Yes. But just for the court's information, we'll only be publishing certain portions, just brief portions. I promise I am pushing the same button that I always push. The switch from the Elmo to the computer, and it's just not going.
Look, there's a remote right here. Sometimes it'll work better. Which one was, what are we trying to get to too?
I don't remember the number. Is this thing even plugged into the wall where it needs to be plugged into?
Wow, when did we?
The lost. I always hit this button and it gives me an option to switch to the HDMI.
Turn it on, turn it off and turn it back on. Trying.
Okay, visual presenter. So it's not even giving me the option, but it's just a visual presenter. Yep. Now it's showing, give me options.
Maybe never mind. Yep, never mind.
For the record, your videos, they are broken up into separate separate recordings, for lack of a better term, right?
Yes.
And we've got body worn camera 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.2, and body worn camera part 3, right? For the record, I'm going to start with 1.1 and go to about 23 minutes into that video.
Yeah, okay. Not quite knowing, If it is, great stuff, if you, if I got, that's my recommendation here. That's the whole level. Yeah, no, I can tell that expired. What's your, can I have my driver's license tonight? My expired. And what's your, Sunday phone? Can I please have my expired? Hold on. That is expired, that's the legal piece to have. Can I please have it back, please? Hey, what's going on, man? Something exceptional. First ballot information. I just want to stay. Okay. How did you want it to stand? What's your son? That is like 20 years old. What's your son's info? I'm a player science. What is the son's info? Birthday and legal. Okay. Things what I'm doing. That thing noise? Yeah, yes, sir. What's the first 2 0-2-0-8 2015, I think. He was sitting in the, was he sitting in the front seats there or in the back? Yeah, I know. It said front. Front, right. Front passenger. All right, thank you. Thank you, man. Upstairs or what? So I'm just trying to see where they were saying. I have an information back from me. That's why he's working your crisis investigation. I know what he's doing. I don't, that's my information. And when you're trying to keep it, I want you to get it from you, and you're literally. So you want your expired driver's license back? Okay. All right, ready. Here I wish you okay.
Next, for the record, I'm gonna fast forward to about 35 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, sorry. Awesome. Yeah, he's not. What's going on? My son is not just worried, just cooperate with you. Okay, he's not going to cooperate. My son tells me, he's healthy, we don't want him to take it off. That's not it, he's not put it in. Yeah, I talked to my son and he's saying it's okay. Nobody wants to help you. Everybody's okay. Do you have any for attention, please? I want my son to be okay. Okay, so I want my son to be okay. Let them take him to hospital. Okay, okay. He's crying. She has stress. So, like, what do you gotta do? You gotta take him? Yeah, they said all the time. And it's a lot. Yes. It isn't sorry for us. What he wants to be okay.
For the record, I'm fast forwarding to 52 minutes into the video.
Go right in. You got a name? Well, it's the whole. These were. And the whole process, I'm confused of what finds there. Right. Come on down. I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it up. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Put it right there. Yeah, I have my phone right now. No. I don't need it right there. No, let's go. Contract on the ground. I don't mind. All right. What are you guys doing right now? I'm thinking behind this. Right, stop. Stop, what's this? Stop. Right, stop. Hang on. My son's in the traffic there. Why are you? We're going to get out of here. You don't know all about this. Why are you telling me? Hey, I got all four of my fingers for you. We're trying to help you out. You guys, I appreciate all y'all help. Hey, I love my brother. No, why are you throwing me like that? We're trying to help you out. No, you act like you're my brother too. Why are you? We're trying to help you out here. I appreciate that, but why are you trying to? I know you're saying right now. We're trying to help you out here. You guys are trying to help me. No, we're not. My wife's on the phone right now. No, I'm going to get to the road. No, she's calling me. We need that. My wife's calling me. You think that's on the phone? My wife's calling me. No, all right, we got some questions for you. You're always remote. There's two sides. You're gonna tell one, you to tell your I want you to tell your side. Okay. We're gonna try and give you as much help as possible. Can you please answer the phone? Alright, so you wanna make response, but you don't want them to help. I just want my wife to answer the phone, dude. We get your picture gun out, correct? I saw the alcohol code for your brush. It's still not put your gun on, alright? Stop playing this game. You see, you've been through it before? No, I've never been through it. Now, why are you saying you know more about this than us? I'm not saying I've been through it, man. I can talk to you, man. You're gonna all over my son. Alright, hey, well, we're gonna get there eventually. Honestly, I don't wanna get hurt, man. I have okay, look, no, look. Thanks, I got freedom. Let me tell you something. I'm the same as you. I'm the same as you. We're all the same, okay? Listen, okay? He's 9 years old. You know, I'm 32 years old again, and I know you guys feel a lot of power because you guys are feeling this. Oh, we're doing our job. No, I know you're doing your job. But I've done my job. Right. And I've done my job, and I've done your job the same as you have your job, and I've done the same as you've done your job, and I feel overpowered over a lot of people. I can tell you squeezing me hard. Good, it's good. Right, we're trying to help you out. You're not the only one. So you're trying your job, and you're plus doing your all this great stuff into this. You here, and he's gonna wait here. Where are you? I'm sitting here. No, I'm taking to a free chair. Here's the frying out. I'm not going where you. It's about me and my son, man. Somebody here. It's about you and putting your. I just want to go home with my son. Is your wife here in the area? Yes or no? 2 years. My life is how long? We're gonna wait here for hours. It's probably on the road. Can I talk to somebody, please? Can I please talk to somebody ours? I'm trying to get somebody to come pick up his son. Son is 9 years old. My wife's a bit soon. She's only like 25 years old. She'll be 25 and she's only just begun to be pregnant. Okay. Can I please have somebody who will care about me or somebody who makes us somebody who's not forgetting you, man. Right, okay. I just want somebody who's talking cares on you, okay? So I can't do that, buddy. It's good for me. I want somebody who cares about me, not somebody who's going to throw me in the jail. Any time we gotta wait for, I've gotta find out where the wife is at, get mom.
For the record, I'm switching videos to the video labeled, labeled 1.2, and I'm going to fast forward to about 1 hour and 22 minutes into the video.
Why were they? See all that. We'll say this back. On the time.
Give you water. You got their reasons. Well, I already know my blood care. Come for you here real quick. Just, we're not saying. Alright, so, policy we're going with that you saying you can most definitely refuse, withdrawal of blood specimen. That is essentially, that's. We've already limited this, what I'm getting at here is, do you want us to sign saying you refuse, or you don't have to, if you don't want to, that's just here. Okay, well, that's usually I've already done the refusal. So you don't want to, you want to sign saying you don't, I'm not trying to refuse, like, I think if I'm sorry, being saying I refuse was, I had already texted the box for that, like, I was okay, so you do that, like, do you want to sign right here? Just saying that I could look at that, or just, well, you can sign that, we're ready to, they're fine stuff. Where do you want us to put that? No, I'll click right here, if you want to just sign right here saying, hey, yeah, I refuse. You don't have to, if you don't want to, just on it. You still want to, I just wait for that box. What do you want to do? I didn't refuse, I was either. So you didn't refuse, but you didn't verbally say it, but it's not, I don't think there's stuff in here, you know, it's all, like, you can't sit there and wait to talk to me. So I'm just put that you refuse on the signature. No, I did not refuse. Okay, so what do you want to do? I did not refuse, I tried to do a lot of times, saying, you want me to refuse you, I have like report this. No, it's not, that isn't helping. No, I'm not, it's not refusing the statement. You always first years, you're almost forced to be straight on that. Can I look at that, please? I was not refusing, but they're not giving me an option here. It's like you want me to refuse, but I'm not trying to. You have to work with, that's your own symptoms, like you have other things that you need. So, it's not refusal, so, we have oh, okay, we have one time to judge, so, we're gonna go and get a specimen of your blood, because we're already got to go, can you grab that, okay? Okay, well, I did refuse. You can sign, saying you're cool, it's not. No, I mean, well. Okay, we'll hurry down this problem. Alright, that's how we're gonna go. I tried to talk to you even in your cruiser. You're right. Let me, let's go open. I got that again, yeah. They're going to do, you know, sorry, wrap this up. Yes. Draw that for you. Yes, please. I don't know who's got here. Where the absolutely theme of let's get here, sure. Fine. We're good, so and we should go this out, but just get this one. No, you're literally just like throwing me into it even now because I haven't been here. I don't even get to click on it, right? So you click on it. Even in the cruiser, I told you I want to talk to you and say you must know. And you put so much information on it, maybe here and you're on for you for how that. Yeah, not care about me or I have to failure, nothing at all. It's all been about you. I just don't believe that. I just have something to do because like.
And the final clip I'd like to play for the court, for the record, is from the video recording label 2.1. And it's starting at about 51 minutes and 56 seconds. We're upside down, man.
Like sometimes like what would happen? You know, if I can research it, research what that you read, or like what you're being charged with the other case and all that stuff.
Trooper Campos, just in case you missed it, what is he asking to research on his cell phone?
He's asking to research, he mentioned case law, but he wants to know exactly what he's being charged with in the penalties.
Because I know after this whole bit to it. I'm just sitting here imagining this, I whenever I have access to my phone again, I know. Already not, you're gonna start freaking out. No, I just want to know for my own peace of mind. I promise you, if you're wondering, when I'm last year, we were issuing things. It is the beginning of the second. What is that? And what you're being charged with. Which is the worst number for you? Okay, well, the worst is capital, but you're not there, it's still 30 first. Capital first, second, third, and state jail. Second. Okay, so that's. It varies depending on offense, but just bare minimum 2 to 20 years. Or fines, stuff like that.
Trooper Campos, at this point in your interaction with the defendant that night, you'd already informed him that someone had died as a result of that accident, correct?
I did.
Before you informed him, and even after, did he ask or inquire of you what happened to the other individual or individuals involved in the accident?
Not that I can recall, no.
Is it fair to say that his focus was just on himself throughout your entire interaction with him?
Yes.
Pass the witness judge.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Franklin?
I have no questions for this witness, Trevor.
All right, any objection to Trooper Campos being excused?
No, yeah.
None, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Yes, Your Honor.
State has no further witnesses in the state arrest judge.
All right, thank you. Any witnesses, Mr. Franklin?
Your Honor, I advise my client about his constitutional rights to testify or not testify. I advise him against taking the stand. He's decided not to take the stand. I just want to make sure that we put it on the record that he has been advised and he has chosen not to take the stand, Your Honor, and testify. I would like to offer closing.
All right, thank you.
On test.
And so, Mr. No, you have every right to testify if you would like. Obviously, you've already pled guilty, so there's not an issue with regard to, whether you did it or not. There's been a plea of guilty. If you've talked with your attorney and it's your decision not to testify, is that correct?
I just wanted to apologize, ma'am.
All right. That's good. Thank you. If you want to testify, you can get up on the stand because you'll be subject to cross-examination. So you can't just make a statement to me. If you want to get up on the stand, I'll swear you in and then the attorneys can question you.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So then I will, I guess, Mr. Franklin, you may proceed with argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you like me to do it here or at the? It doesn't really matter to me.
You're fine there.
Okay.
That's wherever you're more comfortable. It's
Your
fine.
Honor, we've made our arguments and our motions and responses. I did just want to comment a little bit on the evidence from Trooper Campos.
Sure.
And point out that some of the language used by him about the worst case, et cetera, he just testified he's been with DPS for 3 years. He would have been with them around a year at the time. what the evidence actually showed was Mr. Noe saying please and yes, sir, that he wanted his son to be okay. It was really only in the last video that he had finally learned, that he testified that Mr. Johnson had passed away in this case. There was no testimony about him having any knowledge of that in the prior videos. And the question was, at this point, did he know? And he said yes, but there was no testimony that he did know in prior ones. And I think the evidence would reflect that as well. The other thing is, of course, the court takes into account all the evidence. Part of the statements about the reprehensible nature of my client's actions, about how he was belligerent and reckless, I'm not sure that any of the evidence produced by the state, particularly on the scale of belligerent and reckless defendants, actually rises to that level, and nor is his decision to exercise constitutional rights belligerent or reckless. And for these reasons, we ask the court to consider or not consider the statements regarding religion, or at least consider the evidence that was presented for what it was. And otherwise, our arguments have been in our written motion, Your Honor, and we've presented information to the court, including the letter from his mother, the letters of support, and the information about his sobriety since the accident. And for these reasons, we ask that this court put the defendant on probation, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. Mr. Coleman?
Thank you, Your Honor. Likewise, I would rely on its pleading in its sentencing memorandum. Your Honor, the court's read it, so I'm not gonna belabor it. I'll just, if I could just briefly hit the high points, Your Honor. This defendant's blood alcohol was a 0.149, and he had his son, a child passenger in the vehicle, while he was driving at a 0.149, and that child, his son, who in the video he professed that he cared so much about, was not restrained by a seatbelt. Judge, we have a situation here, but for the grace of God, that his son didn't die, and that more people on the roadway that evening did not die. Judge, I think what's aggravating in this case, and I attached a copy of the safety paperwork to my sentencing memorandum, is that this defendant, as part of a probation for felony possession of marijuana back in 2013, was assessed 7 months of safety. And I would think that after 7 months of safety, he would have addressed what, if any, substance abuse issues that he may have had, that including alcohol. And I find that him finding himself in this situation, a more egregious situation, could have been avoided had he taken full advantage of the rehabilitative effect of safety, Judge. Mr. Johnson, the victim in this case, Douglas Johnson, got a death sentence, unfortunately, that day, Judge. And I think justice in this case would not lend itself to this defendant walking out of this courtroom today on probation. I think justice in this case would be for this defendant to spend some time in prison, Judge. And I'm asking for prison on the closer end of toward 20 years. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Anything else?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. No, these are some extremely difficult cases. When someone loses their life because of your actions, and Mr. Franklin made the arguments and did a great job with his memorandum to the court, trying to point out things and make me think about things in a certain light. Obviously, you didn't get in a vehicle with the intention to kill someone that night, but you did get in the vehicle knowing you were intoxicated with your 9-year-old son, and you ended up killing someone. He also made an argument about that safe P and some of that documentation, and the fact that was old, and I shouldn't take that into consideration. I think it's very relevant, though, that you have been through treatment. Even though it's been a while, you obviously had some issues, went through treatment, a serious treatment program where you're in custody in treatment. So you have felt what it's been like to be in custody and still committed this offense. I don't think probation is appropriate in this case or either case. I'm going to find in cause number 25 DCCR 0386. Again, you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of intoxication manslaughter with a vehicle. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 15 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. In cause number 25 DCCR 0387, also find that you entered that plea freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the state jail felony offense of driving while intoxicated with a child passenger, sentence you to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison. You will also receive credit on that sentence for any time that you were in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you in each of your cases or to your attorney, he'll give it to you, the trial court certifications that shows these weren't agreements. You do have some limited rights to appeal, and you could talk to Mr. Franklin about that. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition or about how long that lasts, you can also talk to Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, if you'll grab those for your client. Thank you to the troopers for being here, and court will be adjourned.